Commander Jessica Morgan stood motionless before the Quantum Observatory's massive holographic display, her steel-gray eyes reflecting the ghostly image of yet another Draconian patrol ship. The vessel, sleek and predatory with its crystalline hull gleaming against the backdrop of stars, had no idea it was about to become the 7th alien craft to vanish this month. Target is approaching the Jupiter convergence point, Commander. Lieutenant Sarah Wells reported from her station, fingers dancing across the quantum interface. Their sensors are still focused on our primary entertainment channels. A slight smile touched Jessica's lips. What are they watching this time? A compilation of puppies learning to swim, currently trending at 8 billion views across the solar system. Sarah couldn't hide her amusement. They seem particularly fascinated by the golden retriever puppies. The massive underground facility, carved deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, hummed with the combined power of 1,000 quantum processors disguised as social media servers. To the outside world, this was just another data center managing the endless stream of Earth's digital entertainment. In reality, it was the heart of Operation Digital Phantom. Begin quantum signature integration, Jessica commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of what they were about to do. Embed the code sequence within the next video segment. Across the command center, dozens of technicians worked in synchronized precision. Each one was a master of quantum entertainment integration, experts at hiding complex reality-altering algorithms within what appeared to be mindless social media content. Commander, called out Captain Mike Davidson from the security station, the Draconians are running another deep scan of Earth's communications network. Jessica nodded, having expected this. Let them look. All they'll find is what they expect to see: cat videos, dance challenges, and reality shows about people arguing over who gets the last slice of pizza. The greatest protection humanity had ever devised wasn't a shield or a cloaking device. It was the appearance of complete technological incompetence. While other species developed massive war fleets and planet-destroying weapons, Earth had quietly mastered the art of quantum reality manipulation, hiding their advances behind an endless stream of seemingly frivolous digital content. Target vessel is beginning content analysis, Sarah reported, tension evident in her voice. Quantum code integration at 60%. Jessica watched as the alien ship's energy signature began to fluctuate on the holographic display. The Draconians, convinced of their technological superiority, never considered that what they dismissed as primitive entertainment could be anything more than cultural data. Their arrogance was their weakness. Quantum integration complete, Sarah announced, initiating final sequence. The command center fell silent as the massive view screen showed the Draconian vessel begin to shimmer. It started subtly at first, like heat waves rising from hot pavement. Then the distortion increased, the ship's crystalline hull refracting light in impossible ways. They're attempting to engage their drive system, Mike reported, excitement creeping into his voice. But the quantum matrix is already corrupted. Jessica leaned forward, watching intently. This was always the crucial moment. Status of their distress beacon. Blocked by our quantum noise network. As far as the rest of their fleet is concerned, they're just experiencing a routine communications blackout while analyzing Earth entertainment. The Draconian ship's outline began to blur, its edges becoming indistinct as the hidden quantum algorithms rewrote the very fabric of space-time around it. Within seconds, the massive vessel seemed to fold in on itself, like paper being crushed by an invisible hand. Then, with a final flash of light that only their quantum sensors could detect, the ship vanished entirely. Target neutralized, Sarah confirmed after a moment of intense scanning. No trace radiation, no debris. Clean disappearance. Jessica straightened, allowing herself a small moment of satisfaction. Log it as another successful test of the entertainment distribution network. And make sure the puppy video trends for at least another week. We don't want anyone questioning why it suddenly dropped off the charts. As her team began their post-operation procedures, Jessica turned to study the star chart showing the positions of the main Draconian battle fleet. They were still weeks away, arrogantly broadcasting their approach as if daring Earth to resist. Little did they know that every second they spent studying human culture, trying to understand their supposed prey, brought them closer to their own disappearance. The quantum net was already in place, disguised as nothing more threatening than humanity's obsession with sharing videos of cats knocking things off tables. "Your move," Jessica whispered to the distant fleet markers. In this new age of warfare, the most dangerous weapon wasn't a gun or a bomb. It was a trending video hiding extremely advanced quantum code beneath its surface of apparent simplicity. Admiral Catherine Harrison watched the massive Draconian vessels eclipse Mars on her command center's viewing wall, their crystalline hulls turning the red planet's reflection into a kaleidoscope of threatening light. Behind her, the Pentagon's quantum command center buzzed with controlled tension as hundreds of operators maintained Earth's digital smokescreen. They're broadcasting their demands, Admiral Lieutenant Jack Thompson announced from his communication station. "Full spectrum, every language they've decoded from our entertainment feeds." "Put it through," Catherine ordered, straightening her uniform. She'd been preparing for this moment for the past 15 years, ever since Earth first detected the Draconian Empire's expansion toward the solar system. The alien commander's hologram materialized in the center of the room, its scaled features twisted in what passed for a smile among their species. Standing nearly 9 feet tall, Supreme Commander Vex Thor of the Draconian Empire cut an imposing figure exactly as he intended. "Primitive humans," the translation matrix rendered his growling speech into English. "Your species' time of independence has ended. Submit to the glory of the Draconian Empire, or face complete annihilation." Catherine allowed herself a small smile, one that never reached her eyes. Those who knew her well had learned to fear that particular expression. "Supreme Commander, we are honored by your attention to our humble system." She watched Vex Thor's expression shift, obviously thrown by her calm demeanor. The Draconians had expected panic, pleas for mercy, or futile threats. Measured diplomatic engagement wasn't in their psychological profile of humanity. "You have one standard week to prepare your surrender documents," Vex Thor declared, mandibles clicking in irritation. "We are being generous, considering your species' primitive state." "Of course, Supreme Commander. We appreciate your patience while we prepare the appropriate response. In the meantime, please enjoy our entertainment broadcasts. I believe there's a fascinating new series about competitive baking that's quite popular." As the hologram faded, Catherine turned to her second-in-command, Colonel Robert Nash. "Status of Operation Sugar Pill." "Right on schedule," Nash reported, bringing up a tactical display. "The Draconians are already downloading our cultural database for analysis. Their xenopsychologists can't resist studying what they think is our response to their arrival." Catherine nodded, watching the data streams flowing between Earth and the Draconian fleet. Each transmission carried carefully crafted quantum codes disguised as compression artifacts and metadata. How long until they reach critical saturation? At current download rates, Nash consulted his quantum tablet. They'll hit the threshold in about 6 days. Their entire command and control network will be compromised before their deadline for our surrender. Perfect. Catherine moved to the central tactical table, where a real-time hologram showed the Draconian fleet's formation and our latest entertainment package. Trending globally, Lieutenant Emma Martinez reported from the social media monitoring station. The new reality show about competitive dog grooming is hitting all the metrics. The Draconians are particularly interested in understanding why humans would spend so much time and resources on decorating their pets. Catherine allowed herself a moment of genuine amusement. The greatest military minds of the Draconian Empire were about to be undone by their own curiosity about humanity's apparent obsession with trivial entertainment. "Admiral," Nash called out, "we're detecting increased scanning activity from their fleet. They might be growing suspicious of our calm response." "Let them scan," Catherine replied, confidence evident in her voice. "Every probe they send just gives us another vector for quantum code insertion. Their own surveillance becomes the weapon we use against them." She turned to address the command center at large. Remember, people, for the next week, we're nothing but a primitive species scrambling to prepare our surrender. Keep the entertainment streams flowing, the social media trends organic, and the quantum codes buried deep. The Draconians think they're studying us, but they're really programming their own destruction, one viral video at a time. As her crew returned to their tasks, Catherine studied the massive fleet hanging above Mars. Soon, those ships would join their scout vessels in the quantum void, victims of their own arrogant assumption that a species devoted to creating and sharing entertainment couldn't possibly pose a real threat. "Send a message to Commander Morgan at Rocky Mountain Command," she ordered. "Tell her to prepare for Phase 2. It's time to show the Draconians why you should never judge a species by their social media presence." Lieutenant James Cooper leaned back in his chair, surrounded by holographic displays showing millions of data streams flowing between Earth and the Draconian fleet. The Pentagon's quantum division hummed with activity as his team tracked every piece of entertainment the aliens downloaded. "Sir," called out Specialist Michelle Turner from her monitoring station, "you need to see this. The Draconians just requested access to the entire Cats vs. Cucumbers compilation archive." A grin spread across Cooper's face as he pulled up the data on his main screen. "How many terabytes?" "All of them, sir. Their xenopsychologists are convinced there must be some deep cultural significance to why humans find frightened cats so entertaining." The quantum algorithms hidden within those videos were some of their most sophisticated work. Each startled feline reaction concealed complex code sequences designed to gradually rewrite the Draconian ship's reality matrices. The more they studied human behavior, the deeper the trap became. "Lieutenant Cooper," the base AI announced, "Admiral Harrison is requesting a status update on Project Catnip." Cooper straightened in his chair as the Admiral's hologram materialized beside his workstation. "Ma'am, the Draconians are exceeding our expected download rates. Their cultural analysis teams are working overtime, trying to understand why humanity seems more interested in sharing videos than preparing for invasion." Harrison's hologram nodded approvingly. "Infiltration percentage: 43% across their fleet, with some vessels approaching 60%. Their flagship is particularly vulnerable. Apparently, Supreme Commander Vexthor has personally ordered an extensive study of human entertainment patterns." Cooper brought up a detailed visualization showing the spread of quantum code through the Draconian fleet. What appeared to the aliens as normal data packets were actually complex quantum viruses, each one carefully designed to avoid their most advanced detection systems. "Show me their latest analysis focus," Harrison commanded. Cooper gestured, and a new hologram sprang to life between them. They've become fascinated by what they call the inexplicable human obsession with competition shows. Their behavioral science team has spent the last 6 hours trying to understand why humans would devote so many resources to watching people bake cakes. "Perfect." Harrison's smile held a predatory edge. "And the quantum payload, embedded in every judge's critique, every contestant's tears, every dramatic pause before announcing the winner. Each episode carries a different segment of the master code. The more they watch, trying to understand our psychology, the more they compromise their own systems." A warning light flashed on one of Cooper's displays. "Hold on, ma'am. We're detecting increased security scans from their secondary fleet elements. They might be getting suspicious." Response: Harrison's tone remained calm, but her hologram tensed slightly. Cooper's fingers flew across his quantum interface. "Deploying Protocol Sleepy Kitten, redirecting their security algorithms to analyze what they'll identify as an unusual spike in global viewership of videos featuring kittens falling asleep in odd places." They watched as the Draconian security scan diverted, their powerful analytical engines now focused on understanding why millions of humans would simultaneously choose to watch sleeping kittens. "Nicely handled, Lieutenant," Harrison approved. "Keep me updated on their download progress. Remember, we need them at minimum 70% saturation before they realize something's wrong." As the Admiral's hologram faded, Cooper turned to his team. All right, people, let's give our guests something interesting to study. Launch Operation Reality TV. Show them why humans would spend countless hours watching strangers try to find love on tropical islands. The quantum programmers around him burst into action, preparing the next phase of digital deception. Each reality show episode was a carefully crafted weapon, carrying quantum code sequences hidden within manufactured drama and emotional confessionals. "Sir," Michelle called out again, "the Draconians just opened our top 100 epic fail compilations package." Cooper allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. The aliens' determination to understand humanity's apparent addiction to watching other people's mishaps would be their undoing. Every pratfall, every backflip gone wrong, every unfortunate trampoline accident carried strings of quantum code that would help unravel their fleet's grasp on reality. "Send word to Admiral Harrison," he ordered. "Tell her Operation Digital Breadcrumb is proceeding ahead of schedule. The Draconians are following our trail of digital breadcrumbs exactly as planned, and they're getting hungrier by the minute." Major Emily Ghost Martins held her breath as she watched the Draconian scout ship through her stealth vessel's quantum viewport. The alien craft hummed motionless against the backdrop of Jupiter's swirling storms, its crystalline hull refracting the gas giant's amber light. Her ship, the U.S. Shadow Dancer, drifted silent and invisible, masked by technology that the Draconians still believed was centuries beyond human capability. "Target vessel is initiating deep scan of the trending video package," reported Lieutenant Ryan Kelly, his voice barely above a whisper despite the impossibility of the Draconians hearing them. Old habits died hard when you specialized in stealth operations. "Which video caught their attention?" Emily asked, though she already knew the answer. The quantum analytics team had predicted this moment with remarkable precision. "The one everyone's calling Super Floof Takes Bath," Ryan answered, unable to suppress a slight smile. "Apparently, the sight of a massive Maine Coon cat playing in water has their xenobiologists completely baffled." Emily nodded, watching her tactical display as the scout ship sensors focused entirely on analyzing the viral video. The Draconians had no way of knowing that this particular piece of entertainment had been crafted specifically for them, its quantum code tailored to their ship's unique energy signature. "Quantum integration at 30%, called out Lieutenant Sarah Brooks from the system station. "Their neural networks are attempting to understand why humans would mass distribute footage of a feline enjoying water when their cultural database indicates cats typically avoid it." The scout ship's hull began to shimmer almost imperceptibly as the hidden quantum algorithms took effect. Each frame of the cat video carried microscopic alterations to spacetime, changes so subtle that even the Draconians' advanced sensors registered them as nothing more than standard data compression artifacts. 50% integration, Sarah updated. "They're starting to notice something odd about their sensor readings." Emily watched as the alien vessel's external lights flickered briefly. "Are they sending any distress signals?" "Negative, Major," Ryan reported with satisfaction. "Their pride won't let them admit that a primitive human entertainment broadcast could possibly affect their systems. They're running internal diagnostics instead of calling for help." The tactical display showed the scout ship's energy signature becoming increasingly erratic. The quantum code hidden within the cat video was rewriting the very fabric of reality around the vessel, creating a localized bubble of altered spacetime. 70%, Sarah announced. "They're trying to purge their databanks, but it's too late. The quantum changes have already propagated through their primary systems." Emily leaned forward in her command chair as the Draconian ship's outline began to blur. "Status of their crew. Life signs are stable," Ryan confirmed. "They'll be perfectly preserved in the quantum pocket dimension, just like the others, ready for retrieval once the war is over." The scout ship's crystalline hull now resembled heat waves rising from hot pavement, its edges becoming indistinct as reality itself bent around it. The Draconians had finally realized something was wrong, but their attempts to power up their weapons came far too late. 90% integration. Sarah's voice held a note of triumph. Quantum collapse in 3, 2, 1. With a silent flash of light that only the Shadow Dancer's specialized sensors could detect, the Draconian vessel folded in on itself and vanished. One moment it was there, the next it had been seamlessly extracted from normal spacetime, leaving not so much as a displaced atom behind. Clean disappearance, Ryan confirmed after running a full sensor suite. No trace radiation, no debris field. Ghost protocol executed perfectly. Emily allowed herself a small smile as she opened a secure quantum channel to command. Shadow Dancer to Admiral Harrison. The first domino has fallen. The cat video proved even more effective than our simulations predicted. Well done, Ghost. Harrison's voice came through clearly. The main fleet's sensors registered nothing but a routine power failure. They still believe their scout ship is simply experiencing technical difficulties while analyzing human culture. Should we prepare another target package? Negative. Major. Hold position and continue monitoring. Let them stew for a bit. Sometimes the best way to create panic is to let them wonder why their ships keep going silent while studying videos of cats playing in water. Emily settled back in her command chair, watching the space where the Draconian scout ship had been moments before. Soon, the main fleet would suffer the same fate, undone by their own arrogant assumption that a species obsessed with sharing pet videos couldn't possibly pose a real threat. Send word to Lieutenant Cooper's team, she ordered. Tell them to prepare the next phase of Operation Super Floof. It's time to show the Draconians what happens when they underestimate humanity's favorite pets. Dr. Alexander Wright stood before the transparent quantum barrier separating him from Captain Zexnar, the highest-ranking Draconian officer ever captured. The alien's crystalline scales reflected the soft blue light of the underground facility, creating patterns across the walls of the interrogation chamber. You realize, of course, Wright began, adjusting his wire-rimmed glasses, that your ships didn't malfunction. We wanted you to capture this data core. He held up a sleek device displaying an endless stream of social media feeds. The Draconian captain's mandibles clicked in what humans had learned was a gesture of contempt. Your primitive entertainment networks pose no threat to the Empire's technology. Wright allowed himself a small smile. Tell me, Captain, how many hours has your fleet spent analyzing human cat videos? Standard cultural analysis protocol, Zexnar responded, but Wright noticed the slight twitch in his secondary eye membrane. Understanding the species' entertainment helps predict their behavior during conquest. Indeed, Wright touched a control panel, and the chamber's walls transformed into display screens. Let's watch one together, shall we? This one's called Kitten Discovers Mirror for First Time. It has 12 billion views. The Draconian officer's posture stiffened as the video began playing on every surface. This is pointless. Your species' obsession with documenting juvenile feline behavior is exactly what we wanted you to focus on, Wright interrupted, his voice taking on a lecturer's tone. You see, Netflix isn't a streaming service. TikTok isn't a social media platform. YouTube was never about sharing videos. He pressed another button, and the displays shifted to show complex quantum equations hidden within the video's code structure. They're quantum computers, Captain. The largest distributed quantum network ever created. Every view, every like, every share carries strings of reality-altering code. Zexnar's scales dulled slightly, the Draconian equivalent of going pale. Impossible. Your species barely understands basic spaceflight. Because we chose to focus our resources elsewhere, Wright explained, warming to his subject. While other civilizations built warships, we developed ways to weaponize entertainment itself. That cat video your fleet is studying right now. It's actually a complex quantum algorithm disguised as compression artifacts. The captain's inner eyelids flickered rapidly as he processed this information. The scout ships that vanished were pulled into a pocket dimension created by the cumulative effect of billions of humans watching and sharing seemingly innocent content. Wright brought up a new display showing the quantum structure of reality itself. Every time someone comments on a video, shares a meme, or creates a new trend, they're unknowingly contributing to the largest quantum computation in history. But the processing power required, Zexnar's voice held a new note of uncertainty, is distributed across every device on Earth. Right, confirmed. Those funny cat videos you've been downloading. Each one carries a fragment of code that alters the quantum state of your ship's reality matrices. The more your analysts study them, the more your fleet's grip on normal spacetime weakens. He touched another control, and the displays showed the steadily increasing quantum disruption spreading through the Draconian fleet. Right now, your Supreme Commander is probably watching a compilation of epic fail videos, trying to understand why humans enjoy watching each other's mishaps. Every second he spends analyzing human behavior brings your fleet closer to quantum collapse. Zexnar lunged at the barrier, his crystalline claws scraping harmlessly against the quantum field. You're lying. No species would hide such technology behind something so trivial, Wright suggested. That's exactly why it worked. Your empire's greatest weakness is your inability to imagine that something entertaining could also be deadly. You dismissed us as primitives because we spent our time sharing videos instead of building warships. The Draconian captain's scales had lost almost all their luster now. How many? How many ships have you taken? Would you like to watch them disappear? Wright asked, pulling up footage from the Shadow Dancer's quantum sensors. We have quite a compilation. It's trending among our military personnel. The video is called Draconian Ships Vis Reality. You won't believe what happens next. As Zexnar watched his fellow ships vanish one by one, Wright continued his explanation. The best part, your fleet's attempts to understand how we did it only accelerate the process. Every scan, every analysis, every attempt to study our culture pushes them closer to the quantum void. It's quite elegant, really, the perfect trap for a species that prides itself on its analytical capabilities. The captain's mandibles had stopped clicking entirely, and our transmissions back to the Empire are carrying the same quantum codes, Wright confirmed with professional satisfaction. By the time your leaders finish studying the reports about your fleet's disappearance, they'll have infected their own command networks. Sometimes the most effective weapon isn't a gun or a bomb. It's a cat video with really good metadata. Colonel Rebecca Digital Demon Thompson watched the massive holographic display as panic spread through the Draconian fleet. After Dr. Wright's revelation to Captain Zexnar, the aliens had finally realized the true nature of their predicament. Their attempts to purge their systems of human entertainment content came far too late. Multiple ships attempting emergency jumps, Lieutenant Mark Stevens reported from his station at Quantum Control. They're trying to clear their databanks simultaneously. Rebecca allowed herself a predatory smile. Let them try. How many videos did they download in total? Final count: 8 million cat videos, 3 million fail compilations, 2 million cooking show episodes, and, Mark paused, checking his readings, an entire season of Dancing with the Stars that Supreme Commander Vex Thor downloaded personally. The command center of Project Digital Phantom hummed with energy as hundreds of quantum technicians monitored the fleet's desperate attempts to escape. Each deletion of a human video file only activated more of the hidden code, like pulling the pin from a digital grenade. "Ma'am," called out Captain Jennifer Hayes from the reality monitoring station. "The Draconians are broadcasting a general retreat order. They're starting to realize what the entertainment streams have done to their ships' quantum matrices." On the main display, the crystalline vessels of the Draconian fleet began to move, their engines flaring as they attempted to break orbit around Mars. The massive ships looked like scattered diamonds against the red planet's surface, each one trailing distortions in the fabric of reality. "Time to show them the final," Rebecca announced, her fingers dancing across her quantum interface. "Initialize Operation Last Dance." The command center erupted into synchronized action. Years of preparation had led to this moment, when humanity would reveal just how thoroughly they had compromised the most powerful fleet in the known galaxy. Quantum saturation levels at 90% across all target vessels, Mark reported. Their hull matrices are beginning to destabilize. Rebecca opened a channel to Admiral Harrison. Digital Demon to command. We're ready for the final phase. Permission to execute. Granted, Colonel. Harrison's voice came through clearly. Show them why you never underestimate a species that can turn cat videos into weapons. Rebecca nodded to her team. Launch the trending algorithm. Let's give them something to remember us by. Across Earth's quantum network, a new video began trending. Titled, "Watch What Happens When Cats Discover Anti-Gravity," it spread through social media like wildfire, reaching billions of views within seconds. The Draconians, their systems still programmed to automatically analyze human cultural phenomena, couldn't help but process it. They're taking the bait, Jennifer announced. Every ship in the fleet is downloading the new video. Their cultural analysis protocols are overriding their retreat commands. The massive Draconian vessels shuddered as the final quantum codes activated. Reality itself began to bend around their hulls, creating ripples in spacetime that only Earth's advanced sensors could detect. First phase collapse beginning, Mark called out, starting with their peripheral ships. Rebecca watched as the outer vessels of the Draconian fleet began to fade from normal space. Their crystalline hulls refracted light in impossible ways, creating prismatic displays that would have been beautiful if they weren't so deadly. Supreme Commander Vexthor is attempting to broadcast a message, Jennifer reported. Put it through, Rebecca ordered. Let's hear their final words. The Draconian leader's voice filled the command center, distorted by the quantum interference. What manner of demons are you? How can entertainment bring down an empire? Rebecca keyed her comm. We're the species you dismissed as primitive because we spent our time sharing videos instead of building more ships. Here's one last trend for your cultural database. #Draconian fleet goes Dwili. The massive flagship, pride of the Draconian Empire, began to fold in on itself as reality collapsed around it. One by one, the remaining ships followed, each vanishing into the quantum void created by billions of shared videos and social media posts. Fleet quantum signature is approaching 0, Mark confirmed. Total disappearance in 3, 2, 1. With a final flash of prismatic light, the entire Draconian fleet vanished, leaving nothing behind but distorted sensor readings and trending hashtags. Send word to all commands, Rebecca ordered, allowing herself to relax slightly. Operation Digital Phantom is complete. The entertainment trap has been sprung. And someone make sure this gets uploaded to our highlight reel. It's going to go viral across the galaxy. General Michael Quantum King Anderson stood before the United Earth Council in the Grand Chamber beneath Mount Rushmore, the hidden heart of humanity's true government. Holographic displays showed the empty space where the Draconian fleet had been just hours before, while social media feeds continued to buzz with theories about the aliens' mysterious disappearance. Ladies and gentlemen of the Council, he began, his voice echoing through the vast chamber. Today marks the success of humanity's greatest deception, not just against the Draconians, but against ourselves. The council members leaned forward in their seats as Anderson brought up a new hologram, showing the evolution of human technology over the past century. 50 years ago, we made a choice. While other species raced to build bigger ships and more powerful weapons, we took a different path. We realized that the best way to hide our true capabilities was to disguise them as something no advanced civilization would ever take seriously. He gestured, and the hologram shifted to show the launch of the first social media platforms. Facebook wasn't just a way to share photos. Twitter wasn't merely for short messages. Instagram wasn't really about filters. Each platform was a node in the largest quantum computer ever created, hidden in plain sight. Council President Elizabeth Chen raised her hand. The public will want to know why we kept this secret even from our own people. Anderson nodded, having expected this question. Because, Madam President, the power of our deception lay in its authenticity. Every teenager posting dance videos, every parent sharing baby pictures, every person making their dinner into a photo opportunity. They all contributed to our quantum network without knowing it. Their genuine engagement made our camouflage perfect. He brought up footage from the Draconian fleet's final moments. The aliens couldn't conceive that a species would pour so much energy into something as trivial as social media unless it was real. They studied our cat videos looking for military secrets, never realizing that the videos themselves were the weapon. And the content creators? Asked Councilman James Martinez. The influencers, the streamers, the viral stars. Some knew, Anderson confirmed. Some were military officers playing a role. But most were exactly what they appeared to be, ordinary people sharing their lives. That's what made it brilliant. Every genuine post strengthened our quantum field. Every authentic trend enhanced our capabilities. The hologram shifted to show the global network of quantum processors disguised as data centers. While other civilizations built obvious weapons, we transformed our entire culture into one. The Draconians couldn't find our quantum technology because they couldn't imagine it would be distributed across billions of phones and computers, hidden in likes and shares. What about the missing ships? Council member Sarah Thompson inquired. Where exactly did they go? Anderson's expression turned serious. They're contained in a pocket dimension created by the cumulative effect of every shared video, every trending hashtag, every viral moment. When the war is truly over, we can bring them back. Until then, they're experiencing time at a near standstill, preserved in a quantum bubble of cat videos and dance challenges. He paused, letting that sink in before continuing. But our greatest achievement wasn't the technology itself. It was convincing the galaxy, and ourselves, that humanity was too busy with social media to be a real threat. Every alien race that scanned us saw exactly what we wanted them to see, a species apparently more interested in sharing pictures of their lunch than in developing advanced technology. The chamber filled with murmurs as council members processed the full scope of the deception. Anderson waited for them to quiet before delivering his final point. Now we face a new challenge. The galaxy will soon learn what we've accomplished. They'll understand that every meme could be a weapon, every trending video a potential reality warper. But they'll never know for sure which ones are truly dangerous, and that uncertainty will be our greatest defense. President Chen stood, her decision clear. Draft a public announcement, General. It's time our people knew the truth about what they've been part of. Let's show the galaxy why you should never underestimate a species that turned social media into a quantum superweapon. Anderson nodded, already composing the message in his mind. Yes, Madam President. I suggest we release it first on TikTok. After all, it's about time we admitted it's not just an entertainment platform. It's humanity's most powerful quantum computer. Admiral Catherine Harrison stood before the Galactic Council, her dress uniform gleaming under the crystalline lights of the massive chamber. Representatives from 1,000 worlds watched with a mixture of fear and fascination as humanity finally revealed its true nature to the galaxy. Distinguished members of the Council, she began, her voice steady and clear. You all know why we're here. The disappearance of the Draconian fleet has raised questions about Earth's capabilities. Today, I'll provide answers, though you may wish I hadn't. The holographic displays around the chamber activated, showing footage of Earth's social media networks in action. Countless streams of data flowed across the screens, each carrying hidden quantum codes beneath their seemingly trivial content. For centuries, you watched us, Harrison continued. You studied our broadcasts, analyzed our culture, and dismissed us as primitives obsessed with sharing pictures of our pets and meals. That was exactly what we wanted you to think. She gestured, and the displays shifted to show the true nature of Earth's quantum network. Every like, every share, every trending video was part of the largest quantum computer ever created. While you built warships, we transformed our entire civilization into a weapon that none of you could see. The Zentari representative, their crystalline form shimmering with anxiety, spoke up. Our analysis shows your species spent 60% of its computational resources on videos of cats. Correction. Harrison smiled. We spent 60% of our computational resources hiding quantum algorithms within videos of cats. Every time your analysts studied human behavior, they were actually helping us refine our quantum manipulation capabilities. She brought up footage of the Draconian fleet's final moments. Your most advanced sensors couldn't detect our weapons because they were looking for something familiar: ships, guns, energy beams. Instead, we weaponized culture itself. The very act of trying to understand us became your vulnerability. The chamber erupted in chaos as representatives frantically checked their personal devices. Many began deleting their caches of Earth's entertainment content, finally understanding the danger lurking within those seemingly innocent files. Don't bother, Harrison advised, her voice cutting through the panic. The quantum codes are already integrated into your networks. Every time you studied humanity's primitive entertainment, you compromise your own systems a little more. The mechalord of the synthetic collective raised their metallic appendage. Query: how can we trust any communication with your species moving forward? Harrison's expression turned serious. That's the beautiful part. You can't. Every transmission from Earth might contain hidden quantum codes, or it might be exactly what it appears to be. The uncertainty is our shield, the doubt our armor. She paused, letting that sink in before continuing. But we're not here to threaten you. Earth seeks peaceful cooperation with the galactic community. We simply wanted you to understand why attempting to conquer us would be unwise. The High Chancellor of the Council floated forward in their gravity bubble. And the Draconian fleet, their fate, safe, Harrison assured them. Preserved in a pocket dimension created by the cumulative quantum effects of several trillion shared videos. Once formal peace treaties are signed, we'll bring them back. They may have gained a newfound appreciation for cat videos during their stay. Nervous laughter rippled through the chamber. The galaxy's power structure had shifted fundamentally, all because they had underestimated a species that seemed more interested in social media than space warfare. Moving forward, Harrison concluded, Earth will be taking its place as a full member of the galactic community. We look forward to sharing our culture with you, though I suspect you'll be a bit more careful about what you download from our networks in the future. As the council session ended, Harrison received a priority message from Earth. The first public TikTok video explaining humanity's quantum deception had just gone viral across the planet. The top comment, with over 1 billion likes, read, "Wait, so every time I shared a cat video, I was actually helping to power a quantum superweapon. That's the most human thing ever. #quantum cat supremacy." Harrison smiled as she composed her response. And that, distinguished members of the council, is why you should never underestimate a species that can turn their obsession with cute animal videos into the most powerful weapon the galaxy has ever seen. Now, who's ready to watch some trending videos? I promise only half of them will alter the fabric of reality.